Hello, I'm Alexander McCall Smith, answering questions from readers. First question, do you have any plans to come out to Southern Africa after lockdown? The answer is yes. I very much hope that I'll be able to get to that part of the world as soon as possible. I'm looking forward to being back in Botswana, for example, but we shall have to wait and see what happens. But let's hope that I'll be able to do that in the reasonably near future. How do you balance a plot twist and a character progression? I tend to favour character progression. I think character in my books is probably a little bit more important than plot. The two go together, but I think I would pay more attention to character, to what the characters say in the novel in particular. Better one of the two, Austen or Tolstoy? That's one of these very difficult questions, asking you whether you prefer brown bread or white bread, that sort of thing. I suppose I would say Jane Austen is a writer that I have a particular fondness for. Fourth question, how should one navigate oneself through so many genres that are available in books? My advice there is find out what you like, stick to that, explore it, and then gradually go out and discover new books after that. Read the book reviews, read magazines and newspapers that discuss books, and you'll find something that really appeals to you. Where does my heart feel at home, Botswana or Edinburgh? Another difficult question. I think Edinburgh obviously is home. Botswana is a place for which I have great fondness, and I would say that I feel relatively at home there, but Edinburgh and Scotland are where I really live. What is my writing routine? I tend to get up very early in the day. I'm often up at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'll write between then and say about 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning. So I get a lot of my writing done before breakfast, before the day starts in a serious way. Which of my book series is my favourite? I always find that very difficult question to answer. It's rather like asking a parent which child is a favourite. I like them all. I'm very fond, obviously, of the No. 1 Ladies Detective Agency, but I like the Isabel series and I like the Scotland Street series. So I think probably I would answer that question by saying I can't really answer it. What's my favourite book of the year so far? I've been reading a wonderful book, a diary by somebody called Hermione Ranfilly, which is called To War with Whitaker, and it's all about her experiences in the Second World War in the Middle East and North Africa. An extraordinary book. I rather like reading people's diaries, with their permission, of course. Any prospects of future TV adaptations? That is a matter for others to answer. I do hope that we have that. We'll wait and see. There are always people who are considering it, but the wheels in that particular industry turn quite slowly in my experience. 3 book recommendations from me. W.H. Auden's collected shorter poems. I'm a great fan of the writings of W.H. Auden. He was a wonderful, humane poet, and I read him virtually every day. So I would recommend people to go and find out about W.H. Auden. Then I would recommend anything by William Dalrymple, who writes so wonderfully about Indian history. And then if you're looking for fiction, I think that E.F. Benson's Map and Lucia novels are very hard to beat. So Map and Lucia. What's the most inspiring thing I've read in a book? I think that I've been particularly affected by W.H. Auden's poetry, and a very short poem he wrote inspired me greatly, which deals with the question of how we should approach the world. And there, I think, he says that if equal affection cannot be, may the more loving one be me. And I think that contains a great philosophy within it, within a very few lines. How to improve in vocabulary and how to use new words in order to retain them, that question. I love finding new words. I love finding words that I've never encountered before, words that may not be used very much, and I do try to bring them into my day-to-day vocabulary. Here's a lovely Scots word for you. There are lots of interesting words in Scots. Fantouche, which means very smart or flashy. Fantouche. That's a good word. Try using that. Thank you.